The jokes are not landing today.
No, they're not really.
It might be my delivery. I don't know.
think so. But on top...
Just straight up. Yeah, it's your fault. Welcome to Herd Talks, the podcast for Marshall students by Marshall students. I'm Luke Jeffrey.
I'm Ashley McClure.
And have you heard? It's our season finale.
Yay!
Shed a tear.
It's like a happy, bittersweet moment, you know?
It is. It's come to an end. But it's okay. And, this is not only the end of our first season on the podcast, but it is also the end of our freshman year for both of us. So we have served 2 semesters, 1 full academic year.
Yep.
Of 30 weeks here at Marshall University. Let me tell you, it really feels like I just started here. Just probably 2 months ago, I was taking my tour with Dr. Ng and going and visited. People always told me that my freshman year would go by fast, but nobody told me it was going to Zoom.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that completely. I feel
That was
like
my
I
joke.
just started. What?
It
There's
didn't
a joke?
land. Zoom. Zoom meetings?
No, dude. No. Woo!
I got it, Luke.
Thank you. Okay, so it wasn't a bad joke.
You
Ashley
didn't hit
slow.
that pun,
Bad
I guess.
audience.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Okay. I do apologize. But I do understand what you mean, though, because I never really got a tour of Marshall because of COVID. I just knew I always wanted to go to Marshall.
Yeah.
So I just remember, while we, making build a bison, getting the coin, doing all that special,
Winning a cornhole tournament.
doing all those special events. But it really just feels like we just started.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's already end of our second semester.
Yeah. You said you always wanted to go to Marshall. Marshall was, ironically, actually the last place I wanted to go to college.
Really?
It was. Very happy I chose it now.
You got to save yourself there.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. It's worked out great, and I couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else. But to begin, really, I just did not want to go here.
Gosh.
But it's great now. I remember Build a Bisons, and did I mention I won a cornhole tournament?
Oh my gosh, you would talk about this all the time.
I have to flex that, I am the week of welcome crew tournament cornhole champion of the campus. So,
what do you want me to do? Give you a trophy? Did you get a trophy?
I got $25.
Okay, that's pretty better. I mean, that's better than a trophy in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. Worked out really good. I can't remember where I got it. I think Walmart. It paid for my groceries.
Honestly, that's pretty
semester.
good.
Right?
Yes.
And if I might be back during week of welcome next year in the fall to help them set up.
Yeah?
Legitimately, I helped them set up.
Uh-huh.
My first week here as a freshman during week of welcome, it's supposed to be everybody's getting acquainted. I worked that week.
Mhm.
So the welcome to school, porch they set up for pictures and stuff, I was over that. I helped them set it up. I took the pictures that day, made the TikTok for it. It was really fun. So, I mean, if they just make me come down here and work, I might as well play in it.
Yeah.
I'm champion 2 times running. I mean,
oh no,
we'll
gotta
go for it.
defend that
If I'm
that
here,
title.
we'll go for it. Yeah. But we have made it through an entire year, and I know I have learned a lot and experienced a lot in 1 year, and I know you've had a lot of experiences. So that's what we are talking about today. We've each gathered a couple things that we have learned through our freshman year that we would like to share for incoming students or even students that you might have been here a year or two.
They can reminisce.
Reminisce, or even if you kind of want to change how you're going about your college experience. Because not everybody goes into college with the same mindset.
Yeah.
Some people are like, it's school only. Some people say it's party only.
Yep.
Right? There are many different mindsets coming into college. And if you're looking to change yours, you might be able to incorporate a couple of these things that we talk about that we learned. So, Ashley, take it away.
All right, so the first point I have today is having a work-life balance and having boundaries. So this semester, I've learned that I can take a lot on my plate and do everything correct, be responsible, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. So having a work-life balance, like for example, I basically had like 4 jobs. At one
Mm.
point, I work at Home Goods. I'm a producer for a podcast, Changing the
You
Coal
are?
Fields. I I had an internship at the Developmental Therapy Center, and this podcast is I consider time that I dedicate to as well. So, and on top of that, all of my schoolwork.
I didn't know you did a podcast.
I know. No, the producer of the other one. Yeah.
I meant this one.
Oh,
I'm trying to be like
I
funny,
know. I
dumb
know.
blonde.
Stop.
You-
Stop.
The jokes are not landing today.
No, they're not really.
It might be my delivery. I don't
I
know.
think so. But on top.
Just straight up. Yeah, it's your fault.
Okay, but having those boundaries and having that work-life balance, I think, is really important. Just to jump in those experiences and, I mean, just learn from them. I think
Yeah.
having that the first year, it proves that to you.
Yes, it is definitely healthy to establish the work-life balance.
Yes.
Which, kind of ironically, my tip, not really tip, but the thing I learned, completely goes against that.
I know. I know.
Because even though I believe work-life balance is important, I personally don't partake in it. I'm a very unbalanced individual, and that is why the thing that I learned was to never say no. Not actually.
Yeah, this can go a lot of different ways. Please elaborate.
No. So, obviously, say no to bad things. Say no to drugs, kids. Say no
Oh,
to the
no.
man in a white van that you don't know.
Gosh.
But don't say no to opportunity.
That is true. I
Take
agree.
every opportunity that is given to you in your college experience, especially in your first year. Because here's the thing. If you take an opportunity, you can always back out of it. You can't always go back to an opportunity if you
Mhm.
decline it the first time.
Yeah.
So even if it's just for one semester, like I made it a rule this year. I would not say no to anything my entire first year, both semesters.
Mm-hmm.
Like opportunity, of course.
Yeah.
I said no
Well,
to
yes.
some students, just to clarify,
oh,
about
God.
some particular substances.
Oh
That-
my gosh.
But I did not say no to any opportunities that
Mhm.
came my way. And I have had a tremendous freshman year, done stuff that I wouldn't imagine. Like,
Mhm.
My first semester here, I got to go run around on the football field during football games. I'm not even a football fan, but like that was an awesome experience getting to be on the field with like all the players and the coaches and be right there with them.
Mhm.
And it all came just because I didn't say no, and it led from one thing to another. You meet the right people, and of course, I'm not still doing the same exact things that I was doing at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
But you move on. It's a step ladder. So I started out, my entry level was, let me make these boring TikToks and scheduled like Instagram posts and whatever. And then eventually they're like, oh, well, you do like pretty good with that. You've been here for a while. Why don't you try this? And then why don't you try this? We have this opportunity. Are you interested? And you just keep moving up and you let things go as they don't work out. And like, there are tons of stuff that I was part of, even in one semester. At the beginning of this semester, I was part of, and now I'm not.
Mhm.
But it led me to other things, and that's
Yeah.
the important takeaway, is there are so many doors open just from one. It's like behind every door is another hallway full of other doors.
Mhm.
So
No, I have to agree with that theory though, because I feel like I did the same thing. I didn't really say no to any opportunity that was given to me, and I'm really thankful that I didn't. You really don't know what's going to come from those.
right, it's hard, and it's really hard if you want to achieve that balance.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard at first, but I also think it goes, I know I said that it like goes against it, but really in the long run, that's exactly what it does for you. Because not only in the end do you achieve the balance by being able to pick what you enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
but key word is you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You get to a place where you enjoy what you're doing instead of just, yeah, I need to balance my 9 to 5 at McDonald's every day and my schoolwork that I spend the other 5 hours on.
Yeah.
You know, that like you're spending 50 hours doing something like you hate, and you keep those opportunities open, go through every door that is presented in front of you, at least explore it, look around, whatever. And you'll get to a place where you not only have the balance, but you're balancing things you enjoy.
Yep. So in college, you learn how to be more independent. So you really have to start making decisions for yourself, right? You can't always be like, hey, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? Let's make decisions on what we want to do, myself. I think learning how to make those decisions independently brings you more aware of like who you are, if you understand what I'm saying. You just discover yourself more. I think college is all about discovering yourself and what you like and your interest. I think just becoming yourself in college is something that you see in your first year of college as well.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And really, it's not for everybody. I will say that some people don't thrive in the independent environment. I did. I really loved it. It changed my life for the better to kind of be able to direct it on my own. You know, there is a steep learning curve. You crash and burn a few times in the beginning, but once you figure it out, it's, you know, set your cruise control on max altitude and you're flying good. But definitely does teach independence. But some people, it's not for everybody. Some people still need some guidance, and that's okay because there are resources there for you. But it's learning to use those resources. So it's still a sense of independence. Nobody is holding your hand. But there are people to show you the way.
Yes, exactly.
If you want them, and if you don't, by all means, feel free to drop out, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Encouraging words from Luke.
What, like, if they're not willing, you know, like if they just
No,
don't
it
want,
makes sense.
if they don't want to be here, then don't be here. You know, like
college really isn't for everyone.
Kathy D'Antoni would disagree.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No. Okay. I see where you're going there. But like if you want a job like somewhere else that you don't really need college for, you know, like the vocation of school.
I might agree with that. Everyone is for college. College isn't for everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly what
I should tweet that later.
Nice little tweet.
Make my little note. I'm trying to go Twitter famous. If you all haven't already, go follow Her Talks on Twitter and then go follow Luke Jeffrey on Twitter. If I could be famous on any, I know this is completely unrelated, but if I could be famous on any social media platform,
it'd be Twitter?
It would be Twitter.
Why?
240 characters, right?
Oh my.
Beautiful, first of all. Nobody can spout just tons of nonsense, and paragraphs about stuff, right?
Yeah.
Everything has to be clear, concise, and like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Short.
No, like contributing, like you contribute to stuff. If you just want to spout nonsense, it doesn't give you the space to. So I love that. Yeah. I think you might even be able to get away with shortening it to like 120 characters.
I can't, like, I barely get on Twitter. I can't think of things to post.
Exactly. See, and that's why I would love it, because if I were famous on Twitter, people would literally just follow me to hear what I think. And I have a lot of thoughts throughout the day that I just sit there and I go, I should tweet that. And I never do because I don't have anyone who, like, follows me.
Who cares?
Right. Like, no one cares what I have to think or say. But if they did, I have so many things to share with them. And
you're very happy about this.
I am. I have so many drafts. If I ever get to a point where I have a following, I'll just have tons to release. And it will be great.
Good for you.
Yeah. Anyway, back on topic. My next thing that I have learned, and this was very difficult for me to learn, was to be nice.
I think you still need to work on it, but that's just a personal opinion.
It is a work in progress, okay? I work on it every day.
Let's go back saying dumb blonde earlier. Excuse me.
I called myself a dumb blonde.
Oh, I thought you called me a dumb blonde. I was like, doofus.
I called myself a dumb blonde because I couldn't remember our intro that I say multiple times a week, and I forget it every time. I call myself a dumb blonde. Anyway, be nice to people. Be nice.
Yes, be nice.
I had to learn that, and let me tell you, it paid off. Like, have I told you about my friends in Harless?
No. Oh my.
We're about to go on another adventure.
Oh
Another one of
no.
Luke's stories. So, actually, I need to go back to last fall. Desk assistants, right?
Mhm.
You don't deal a lot with them because you don't live in the dorms.
Yeah.
But every time you go in a dorm, you have to like tap your phone and like they have to make sure that you are
Mhm.
supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So I saw them a lot, and no one talks to these people. They sit there for 4 hours at a time, and people just tap and go. And they say, thank you, and the person that tapped their phone will go, or you're welcome.
Uh-huh.
Monotonous, right?
Yeah.
So annoying because neither of them really mean it. It's a script that they have to say.
Yeah.
So I started to play a game with the desk assistants. Every time I walked in a building, I would ask them a random question.
Okay.
Like, if Marshall couldn't be the color green, what color would you make it? If it could rain any liquid except for rain, what would it rain? If trees couldn't be green, what color would they be? If they couldn't produce leaves, what would happen?
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever. If you could be any inanimate object on the planet anywhere, what would you be? Right?
So
like,
you asked these people.
Yes, as soon as I walked in, and they loved it. Some of them did not, but the vast majority, some of them got annoyed with me pretty quickly, but some of them really loved it, and it would lead to good conversations. I would stand in the foyer of dorm buildings for like 20, 30 minutes talking to people as other people walked by and did the thank you, thank you, you're welcome, and I treated them like human beings.
Yeah.
And it got to the point, every time I walked in, they would perk up, and they'd be like, what's your question this week? They would get excited about me asking them questions and actually talking to them. And there are some of them, I see them on campus now, and I'll wave, nod, smile, whatever. And we're still friends. And it pays off because now when I have issues with my tappers or with packages getting lost, you know what I do? I contact one of my many desk assistant friends, and they help me fix the problem. But just because I was nice to them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, like, don't think I'm a con man. I didn't do it just to get help. But, like, it is, like, on the like plus side, right? Like if you want to be evil and do it to get benefits, still do it because then you're nice to people, right? But it does come with stuff. And so anyway, I took that same principle and I was like, there are probably tons of people that just don't get treated like human beings because we think of them as like automatons, like robots just serving a job, a purpose. They're not humans. And I noticed it huge in the dining staff, right? You walk in, the lady with the short colored hair, anyone who eats at Harless knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She has the real short cut, colored hair, super nice, loud, funny. Walk in, tap it, and she said, thank you, darling. And then everybody goes, you're welcome, walks away. Has it ever occurred to you that she has a life?
Outside of the dining hall?
Yes, and that she is a human being. And then the people who, like, bust the tables, right? Ethan and Nick, right? Ethan works every day. Nick works Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. I have conversations with both of them every time I go in there. And Jamie, who works at the Hot Skillet, and Garnet, who also works at the Hot Skillet with Jamie. I've become, like, genuine friends with these people. And it's come to the point where, like, I can walk into Harless and almost, like, I almost don't like it because they almost, like, treat me, like, above the other students. But, like, no, like, it's going to sound really weird. You're not going to believe it. I can walk into Harless, right?
Okay.
The lady with short hair. I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. I normally know it. But I walk in, tap, talk to her for 10 minutes, and then I see Ethan. Hey, Ethan, how you doing? Right? Whatever. Go around to the Hot Skillet. Jamie sees me. Hey, Luke, how you doing today? Starts making me a bowl before I even get up there. Jamie, I'm doing good. How are you? How's your family back in New York, right? He was a chef for 50 years.
Really?
He came here. He was. Worked in American diners. So, right? Like, cool stuff. And then I'll leave, go sit down. Nick comes and talks to me. And when I'm done, he takes my plates. While I'm sitting, I don't have to take them to the dish return.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll leave. Just because I was nice to them. Now, it doesn't happen every time, right? Like, they're not my servants. And I really don't like it when they do that because I'm just being nice to them. I'm not doing it for that.
Yeah.
And they're, like, cool. Like, Ethan is super into superheroes. So we talk about that all the time. And Nick is into disc golf. and bowling,
yeah.
right? So we like I have good conversations with them, but be nice to people, and it will pay off so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just basic principle. Be nice.
Wow.
Notice people as human beings,
Yes.
and I feel like
I
it's a
agree.
basic principle, but people still ignore it.
Yes.
So
I agree. Well, I feel like that I can piggyback off of that one because I think making friends when you're in college and joining clubs or interests that you like is really like a first year experience. You establish where you're supposed to be at, and then you go off of those next how many years you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So like for me, I joined crew, and I mean I'm gonna be in crew until I graduate for sure.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I'm so heavily involved with it, and I love it. I think that really is just a part of who I am now.
there's an opportunity for like every field of interest.
Yeah, there really is at Marshall.
No matter what you're interested in, you can find other people who are interested in it. And that's how you make your good friends. And then sometimes it might not even be like through that. Like I like to believe you and I we're pretty good friends, right? And
Yeah.
like Maddie and Bella, like we've all come together to be like good friends. But if you look at our other interests, like you would never think,
No.
like, they're buddies. But like we come here every week and like hang out and laugh before we record and everything.
For like a whole
And,
hour.
But it's productive. It's a productive hour. But yeah, and it's because we got involved in something that we all enjoy and we're passionate about. And it's not like a club or anything. But if you start to follow what you like, there will be people there that you'll meet that conventionally you probably wouldn't hang around. But
Yep.
in that space you will. It's beautiful. That's the beauty of
It's beautiful.
the beauty of friendship, really.
The beauty of friendship. Well, I mean, that's a nice little ending, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so back to the bittersweet moment. Unfortunately or fortunately,
Yeah.
this is the end of season 1 of Her
Man,
Talks.
Goodness gracious.
But do not worry, President Brad Smith,
Oh no.
because we have other episodes throughout the summer that we will have plenty of special guests. We've already met and recorded with some of them, some great interviews.
Yes. Very exciting for us.
I hinted at one earlier.
Yes.
With Kathy D'Antoni. So I'll give it away. Wow, surprise! We got Kathy and her brother Dan D'Antoni, the head coach of men's basketball at Marshall. Both of them came on for an episode separately and talked about. Obviously, Dan talked about the basketball team. Kathy talked about some of her work in education and what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong.
Yep.
Great conversations. So watch out for those in the summer. We have some more lined up. I won't give too much away. We got to have a little bit of element of surprise.
Yep. Gotta have that suspense.
Right. So, but we'll have stuff coming out all through the summer. And then first week of school, we're going to pick right back up.
Yep.
And we'll be back here with season 2. It'll be a little different, maybe. We're planning out some big changes. But we'll be here. In the meantime, go follow us on all of our social media so you can catch the newest episodes coming out over the summer with our interviews. And then we also might have some fun stuff on the socials by themselves throughout the summer.
Yep.
So big things coming for Her Talks, hopefully, and big things coming for Marshall and students. Thank you for a good first season, and we'll see you next semester.
See you soon.
I'm going to shed a tear.
I know, it's so sad. Oh no, bittersweet.
That's all, folks.
Oh gosh.
That's pretty good.
Yep.